Yo, 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 what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? And in today's video, we will be explaining how to use one of the most consistent decks on the leaderboard right now. This deck is absolutely insane. I went over how to use an SK deck, I went over how to use a BK deck, and if you guys haven't checked it out, in my previous video, I explained how to use the Monk deck properly. But in today's video, we got the one and only legendary RC player, one of the best in the world, Mr. Gishy.
Hey, what's up, Mick? Thank you for bringing me out to the channel. Finally, I'm here. It means a lot.
Of course, my guy, of course. If you guys haven't checked out Gishy's YouTube, you definitely should. His links will all be in the description below. And how you doing, Gishy?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. It's a great day. Great day to show the people how to use RC. How you been?
I've been amazing. So before we jump right into this, I want to explain something a little bit about this RC deck. This RC deck is pretty consistent, obviously, and every mini you're seeing on the screen right now is very mandatory to have on your deck. The only thing that you could really cycle out and change would be the Spear Goblin. Personally, the Spear Goblin, I like to keep it in because when the Spear Goblin throws, you could chip something off and it's easier for the RC to chain. What do you think about that, Gishy?
Yeah, I've been using the Spear Goblin a lot too because it helps out in the mirror map as well. It helps out on the flip map because sometimes your opponent can be predictable and play the opposite side. So, you covering up 2 lanes with Bowler and Spear Gob instead of when you're using Ice Wiz.
Absolutely true. I couldn't have said it any better. I know a lot of people also use Miner with RC. I think it's because the Dissipate, maybe to face other RCs to really like get an advantage going, or maybe against other BKs for the backstab and cleave. Do you think that's kind of why people like use the Miner like that?
Yeah, at the start of the season, Miner was used quite a bit, but then people started experimenting with other 2 cost minis. And me personally, I don't feel like Miner's good in this RC deck, mainly because when you do play a BK, you have nothing to protect the backline or take the archer shots, as opposed to when you run Ice Wiz or Spear Gob.
That's very true. And obviously, the third guy in line is the Ice Wiz. I know I used to play RC Ice Wiz a lot just because I like to slow down the SKs, gave me an advantage, and slow down the front line with the MK. I thought it was a very smart tactic until I started using Spear Goblin. So today, guys, Gishy is nice enough to show us how to play this deck, and he's going to go over everything, and even myself, we're all going to tune in and we're all going to understand some tips, and hopefully me and Gishy can provide all you guys the tips you need. And this RC deck, by the way, is good for all levels. It's not just for 8 to 10. This is also for lower levels you guys could use. I saw you guys in the comments and DM me on Twitter and Discord saying, is the Monk deck good for lower levels? It's not recommended. I would say more stick to the top 8 to 10. But if you do use it lower level, it is a good possibility you could win. It's just harder without that level 8 ability final piece. Other than that, Gishy, are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's get into some games.
Ooh.
All right, so versus the SK, this is probably the hardest matchup to face, but it is winnable. You just got to make sure their Magic Archer doesn't get the alignment. Me, though, that was unfortunate, but at least my RC is chilling, and his SK gets no isolation. But we are going to lose the first round. It's very hard to win the first round. Usually against SK, you go down 0-2, and then once you get your Mega Knight upgraded, that's when you could come back. But as you guys can see right there, we lose first round. But we do know that my opponent's from the Spear God version, which is easier to face.
Yeah.
Because I don't really have to protect my backline like that.
And if you guys are wondering, some SK players, they use Archer instead of Spear Goblin. Sometimes.
So right here, I'm putting my Mega Knight in the first lane and my Spear Gob in front of my RC, just in case he princed it. My Spear Gob would have took the prince hit, but he didn't. And right now, my RC is getting some change. Hopefully he doesn't get another soul. He doesn't. And weirdly enough, he's also now playing Magic Archer, which is really good for me. Because I could now align my RC directly behind my MK. So I no longer need to worry about that.
Yeah.
Right, so right here, I'm going to sell my Spear Goblin, go for the second star. And now I'm going to play in the mid because I don't predict he's going middle. He's just playing corners with his clash ability, so I'm going to go mid. Hopefully I'm right. And we get Spirit Gob. That's probably the best thing to get hit by. I'd
Yep.
rather get Spirit Gob than Bowler to Prince. So we're looking fine. And it looks like we should take this round as well. Hopefully I don't jinx it though. No, we're looking good.
No, I think you got it. Yeah.
Yeah, we're looking good. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We're looking fine. So he is running the healer version. And Healing Ranger is also hard versus RC because it's the last thing you target. But when you have Mega Knight, you could just place it. I kind of do think he's playing this side. Matter of fact, I'm gonna double stack it too.
Okay.
Yep,
Okay. Yeah.
he does,
Nice.
which is really good for us. And my Mega Knight's gonna jump.
Yep.
It's everything but the healer, but it took a step up. If your Mega Knight takes a step up, it'll hit everything, but it doesn't jump. It doesn't jump, so unfortunately we're gonna lose this round. But it's all good.
Ooh.
The last round is really our round, and this should be an easy game for us. Round 5, just avoid the prince and we win. Let's see if I do,
So
because if I don't, I'll lose.
going in round 5, what's your prioritize against an SK? Well, like, what do you prioritize?
Right here, I'm gonna go for the bowler stun. Usually, I see people doing the dissipate on the mini P.E.K.K.A. But since my opponent has a Spirit Gob, I want my bowler to be able to take the hit instead of like. Well, he didn't upgrade his Spirit Gob, but if he did, my bowler would have died. And I just like having that extra body on there. And my MK should
He should jump.
he should jump. Yep.
Ooh.
And now we're looking.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, there's no chain. Oh, no. So, if you guys didn't know, one of the biggest weaknesses to RC is going to be the Healing Ranger. So, if any other deck, doesn't matter if it's a Shield Maiden or it's an SK or it's a BK or even an AQ, it doesn't matter what it is. One of the sole weaknesses to RC is a Healing Ranger. And unfortunately, even the best of the best, me and Gishy, we don't win them all, you know?
We don't. That was just very tough. Nothing really I could do, although that is 50-50. My opponent did very smart play when it's to the mid. Was not predicting that at all. I saw he was playing corners the whole match, so I thought he would have switched.
All right, ladies and gents, let's get into the second game. And as you guys can see already, so Gishy took out the bowler for the Fisherman for the sole purpose. If you guys haven't watched the Mob Cup yet, guys should definitely go check out Gishy's channel. He has everything linked there. Definitely go check out our Twitches. Mine's on the screen, and Gishy, again, everything will be linked in the description. We have our VODs and everything else that are up. You guys can watch the quarterfinals and watch how Gishy used this exact deck with the Fisherman to absolutely just shred through competition, and he did amazing. So
Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate that. So
of course.
RC on the mirror map, usually 9 times out of 10, you should be winning. The only match I could see you losing multiple times is versus SK, because you get 2 SKs is hard to stop. And on top of that, they run 3 to 2 clash abilities. If they run 2, they run an archer, and mirror archer is also a pain to deal with.
Like that, yeah.
Yeah. But my Mega Knight should be jumping, and we should take this round as well.
Interesting.
But yeah, like those mirror arches they're
Lethal. Oh, wow.
as you guys can see right there. Now
Me-
my mistake was the last star instead of the big one.
Yep, I was just about to say that. I was going to ask, why'd you go with the third instead of the second first?
I honestly didn't see until then.
So guys, make sure when you guys upgrade the Mega Knight, you go second star, third star, first star. Exactly in that order. Oh, nice.
Yeah, usually if your mirror tile is like on a far back corner, they're playing their archer on the complete opposite side, so their archer can target that last lane. Because if you played it directly in front of my mirror tile on the same lane, and let's say I played something on the right side, his archer would have targeted the right side first, as opposed to my mirror side.
Oh, yeah. Especially, he didn't know you had the Fisherman either, so you just surprised him.
Yeah, he did not know.
So your idea, okay, I was gonna say, you think he's gonna play last tile again, knowing you have Fisherman? You think so?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Oh, you were one tile off. You had it on that tile.
Well, the good thing is, if they do play a tile up, my MK stuns everything
Yep.
inside.
Yep.
Obviously, that archer didn't, but my MK just has too much health for him to run through everything.
It forces him to play up, so your Mega Knight hits it all.
That's
Absolutely
why I
smart.
like Fisherman instead of Bowler. Bowler covers the whole lane, yes, but Fisherman covers the whole last lane. And when you're running MK, you want everything to be up closer.
Exactly. Exactly. I couldn't have said it any better, honestly. Oh, and it looks like we got an Archer Queen. Okay. This is a super, super rare matchup. We don't really see in the top of the leaderboards. No one really plays Archer Queen. She's not really in meta currently. So is there a certain setup that you really like to go with against an Archer Queen, or do you not face them enough to know, or?
Uh, it's basically the same thing. Just 3-star your MK.
Yeah.
Play Fisherman last lane.
Mm-hmm.
Because look, this right here, RC wins these one-on-ones now with the buff she's gotten. If this was a couple seasons ago, it would have been the other case. So you're not really worried about it like that.
And it's beautiful because he doesn't even know you have a Fisherman. So I mean, he's probably gonna play last tile again with his Archer Queen, and you're just gonna pull it.
I'm just gonna yoink everything. Honestly, I might do this too.
Yep. Especially if he plays on the same side. Oh, he switched.
Oh, he's playing a very tanky deck though.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, be careful. You might not get any chains off if he starts upgrading. You can't let this go to round 4.
Yeah. Well, then again, I'm not really stressing if I do though.
Well,
Fisherman is that wild card.
Yep,
If I
that's very
pull
true.
the Archie Queen, I win those.
If you get to round 4 or round 5, do you upgrade your Fisherman? I know I would personally upgrade to get the hook, but would you?
I tend not to. I just like the 3 by itself. I'd rather invest it in any other mini. That's just me personally. Everyone has different play styles, but
Yep.
all I really need is just that one lane.
Yep. Honestly, if you're playing against an Archer Queen, realistically, if I was them, you'd have to avoid that Fisherman, and that's already so tough to do. Especially if you have a 3-star Mega Knight, you have to play last row. Then it's like a 50-50 unless you play your Mega Knight all the way in the corner. Then maybe it's not. Maybe you got him. All right, ladies and gents, we're gonna get into the last match here, and we got the RC Mirror matchup here. Ooh, and a horrible start. You got 3 Golden Giants.
I personally don't like doing this,
But you got to do it.
but I'm gonna do it.
That used to be a strategy back in season 2.
Yeah, because he had more health and I think one less energy requirement.
Yep, he was very overpowered. I think he still might take this. Yeah, because he just doesn't have enough.
No chains.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's beautiful.
Now, this is where
Nah,
I think I have more HP though.
Yeah,
I still
yeah.
have more HP. The fact that he wasn't getting any chains and my RC was hitting 2 targets made me win that.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And if you guys didn't know, top people on leaderboard, all these pro players, including myself, if you see like the first round we only play 1-4 elixir troop, it's not because we're throwing or anything. It's just because we know we have to save our rerolls because they are so important in this game. Come down the line if you need a troop upgrade or anything down the line. If you get further down, like round 5, round 4, you have more chances and more odds to get it. So that's why you're going to see Gishy doing that, and as well as me.
Yeah. So right there, we take round 2. My opponent mirrored me and upgraded his Golden Giant. So that's what you like to see.
And then there comes the element of surprise, the Fisherman.
I think he's playing 3rd lane though.
Bring it in. Wait, you gotta bring it in. RC. Oh, you almost got it. At least you still got something. He gets a chain off the Fisherman. But I think you... So, again, a lot of people who face RC against RC, it depends on how your style is, how you guys want to play. A lot of people, it's really, really... mandatory to get that MK up as much and as fast as you can get it. A lot of people play differently. I've been testing it out personally, and I think getting Mini P.E.K.K.A with Dissipate is better than the Golden Giant upgrade. But again, everyone plays differently, like everyone has a different style to it, different upgrade pathing. But you guys already have 2 perspectives from one of the best RC players in the game, Gishy, and me, I guess.
No, you brought up a great point because I did used to do mini pack dissipate, but then I switched the golden giant just because a lot of people do tend to 3-star their Mega Knight, and if they do that, my golden giant is gonna get stunned, guaranteed.
Yep.
So it gets healed off that. RC stuns, so it gets healed off that. Most RC players do also run golden giant, so it's also gonna get stunned by that. Now I do see why you would run dissipate as well, because mini pack of dissipate is really good in the RC mirrors. Even with mini pack of dissipate, golden giant still pops off, Mega Knight still pops off. The only real thing I could see is it slowing it down, which yes, it helps. Like as you said, each player has their own play styles. I just tend to go for a golden giant. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a really, really good point, Gishy. That's honestly a really good point because the golden giant with the stun, it just never goes. You know, it just stays alive and just keeps stacking up that health.
But again, there's no right or wrong things. Always try experimenting with stuff. Like I don't upgrade Fisherman. Mick does. There's a little change right there. We're both good players. We both have our own reasons for that. Yeah.
Yep. Every pro's mindset is completely different, but we have the same logic behind why we do it. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, my fellow McMuffins. Yes, sir. If y'all peep the Twitch, that's what I usually call my Twitch peeps, is the McMuffins. Gishy really knows that. I haven't really said it on YouTube because... But I appreciate everyone that came out today. And I appreciate Gishy coming on the channel and being my first ever feature to the channel.
No, I appreciate you bringing me on. It's more of an honor for me than it is the other way around. Trust me, Mick. You've been killing it. I know you can kill it more in the future. If you guys aren't subbed to Mick, make sure y'all do that right now. Why ain't you subbed to Mick?
Yes, sir. Yeah, like why not? I appreciate that, Gishy. Yeah, you're the best, man. Again, like Gishy said, definitely subscribe, ring that bell, like the video. If this video could blow up, we'll definitely bring Gishy right back on here. Really good friend of mine, awesome guy. For sure, for sure. You got any last words, Gishy?
Let's set a like goal.
Okay.
If they hit the like goal, we best of 3.
Ooh, okay.
Let's go with 40.
40.
All right, bet.
So guys, 40. You guys heard Gishy. 40 likes, and me and Gishy will run a best of 3. Mob esports player against mob esports player. We got content creator against content creator. Best of the best, clashing it out for fun. So for sure, don't make sure to drop a like on the video and everything. All right, Gishy, do you want to sign out with me?
Damn right.
All right, you ready? 3, 2, 1, boom! Yeah, do you want to sign out with me?
Of course. Let's get this.
All right, ready?
Oh my.
All right. When we do that. Oh man.